Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my video, back to my channel. Thank you so much. My name is Choma Sweet Bro. If you're here for the first time, welcome, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for supporting me throughout the year 2024. But looking back to this year 2024, I'm sorry I have to say, but this year I'm not going to say it's one of my best year. I'll be lying if I do so. And like a straightforward person, I don't really like to say things the way they are not. So I went into this year 2024 with so much hope, and the plan I had, I always like to say small plan I had, a kind of trying to make a change in my life, because what I'm really seeing over the years was not really what I expected. It was like I didn't have the strength. Some of you might be wondering why I'm saying something like this, because I made videos. Yeah, I made my videos, yes, because I like have this kind of promise when I open a channel to fulfill this promise, that I will always put a video, and this video is like my strength, helping me to carry on. So during these times that it was difficult, this video, you people, like when you're hoping on people, when you know that these people will not disappoint you, so you try to deliver. So I've tried my best this 2024 to deliver what I'm supposed to deliver, and this is like giving me hope. You know, when you have something you're doing, you're like hoping on that thing, you are, I don't know, it's like faith. So you guys really strengthened me to make me believe that no matter how sick I am, that I have to wake up and continue what I'm doing. So this really was like gingering me to say, oh, it's 3 days, it's 4 days, I've not posted, let me do this. This YouTube is a decision I've taken that I know I'm not going to regret, because you guys were like there to support me. You know, when I put video, somebody watch it, though I was not having a lot of comments, and when somebody was able to comment, I was so happy. I replied as fast as I see it. When someone subscribed, I'm like, oh, thank God. I wish I could just call the person on the phone or just say the thank you and the person will hear it. It really encouraged me. Mostly this year, it's like a lot of loved ones who are not really bloodly related are like a kind of abandon me. But you know, what goes around, they said. I also somehow left some people who I thought I was having something to do with, simply because what I was expecting was not what I'm seeing. Because I'm not really the type who wastes time on some things for a long time and a kind of saying, oh, later, or it doesn't matter. I don't want to be giving my time and my strength in something that is not really bringing out anything. I can't be keeping friends around who don't really understand me, or me also I don't understand them, because of the level of our understanding and the kind of lifestyle we choose to live. So I have these friends who really are living the kind of style that has nothing to do with me, because somehow I was like in this lifestyle of you know, it was a kind of, you know, let's go and party, let's do this, let's do that. So at a time in my life, I got married and things weren't the way I saw them. So I decided to kind of live this kind of quiet life, which is really the kind of life I'm supposed to be living, because I love also that kind of life. Because usually, no matter what I do socially, like if I'm making any drama or something, as I was young, even before I left to this Germany, that was a very long time ago, I always like to separate my social life from my this private life, because this private life means a lot to me. I want to, when I finish whatever I want to do, like I'm here now with you, I finish this, I'm like, this has finished, so I want to just go and reserve, you know, put myself one place, quiet place, and chill my head and live my life. You know, I don't really like when somebody's trying to drag me out to like live the kind of life that will stress me. So I kind of draw myself a little bit back from those friends, which was not really an easy decision for me to make, because sometimes you get used to some people and you to continue without them becomes a little bit difficult. And for you to take that decision of not having anything to do with them, you are a kind of thinking, how will they feel and what will they think about you? So sometimes separating from these people who are not really the kind of people who you want to have anything to do with anymore. It's a kind of relief, because it will help you to be honest, straightforward, because you're keeping that person. At the same time, you don't really need that person, so it's not really helping matters. And when you don't want to play the kind of role they play in their life, like living how they want you to live, how they expect you to live, that kind of you are dragging back when we are moving forward. So I kind of separate myself from those friends in order to have my head gathered in other things, to focus in other things that will interest me, in other things that I will be doing with my time, instead of wasting the time with other people where I'm not also supposed to be. Even this will help me a little bit to make new friends, people who will think and reason like me. And there's no need for someone to start thinking that you are the reason why they are being drawn back because you're not playing along, or that you tell some secrets, some things you really want to say only to people you call your close friends, and this thing you say to them will be like they're like agents coming to know something's private about you, and this is something they will now later say to other people outside. I would say 2024 was not really good for me health-wise, because I spent so many times in going to visit doctors or sleeping in the hospital. It was really rough, and some of the medications I got, somehow my body was kind of allergic to it, and when I come home, it was like I got more sick than I was in the hospital. Then I started going to hospital again. This made me like I was not really active where I live. Many people around here might not believe that I'm still here in this environment where I live, because I was only going around here where I take my daughter to school. I was not really going to the place where people usually see me. So I know people have been asking why is it like that, why is it like that. But I was really down and I couldn't go and start doing things I'm supposed to do. So I decided to take this time out to take care of myself, because that will help me a little bit. And sometimes when emotionally somehow something happened that I'm not really strong, because somehow emotionally I was disturbed, and this made it also a little bit not really easy for me. And I kind of really wanted to decide on what to do with my life in order not to make a great mistake that I will regret. So I was just taking everything slow by just not minding what people will see it as, like not doing other activities where I'm supposed to engage myself in, mostly like going to work or going to shop to help my hobby. So I was just like keeping to myself, a kind of relaxing, getting some rest, and then helping myself to be fit. Because if I didn't do that, I don't know what will happen today, because I was really weak, tired, kind of not really having much strength and much feeling like doing so many things. But I would say now I'm okay for some time, and I thank God I made it to this time, and I hope I'll make it in so many years to come. And I wish you guys make it also. I hope you are strengthened, you are healthy, that you still be there for yourself, for me, and we'll all be there for each other in case there's something we need to sort out as friends, something like that, because it's really important for us to be here. Then when it comes to finance, I would say really this year, like I said, I was not doing anything. I was just a kind of lazing around, call it like that, the best way to say it. I would say this year with finance was a little bit tight for me. Then I have learned a little bit to manage, like to stay without really having much, to manage from nothing. Just like over the years I've said before, somehow I came to know how to live according to my limits. Now I'm even living like below my limit, because no one knows what happened, the way the economy is going down each time. Everybody is like, I have nothing, I don't have much. So I reduce the kind of desires, my expenses the way I spend. So I've just really kind of tightened up a little bit because I don't know what will happen. And now that I can't really walk like longer like that, so I don't really know what the future holds when it comes to health, because we're all not getting younger, and somehow we don't know what we'll suffer from. But to make it also clear, it's not that I have one serious sickness also, but sometimes like someone who has 5 kids, who has really given a lot of years in working, I'm somehow very, very exhausted, you know, really exhausted from working. Years back, they used to want me to rest, but I never took it serious. So now I know what they were talking about when I was pregnant. They're saying, rest, 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 rest. So I was not resting. So I would say for you also, it's good for you. If you're a woman, you have kids, you are pregnant, it's better sometimes to take things a little bit easy, because this strength is like not ours. Because after some time, we give it at a time, the body is weak, and the body start complaining that it's no longer fit or it cannot. So if we don't really react to it fast to be able to help it relax, to regain back our strength and to refresh our self in order to carry on, it might be difficult for us to get up on our feet, to be able to hustle, to do some things, to be able to in order to earn more money in future, or to get some things that will help us sustain as human beings. So that was all about that. In my holiday that we always go to every year,
so guys, I'm just trying to say over what I said before, because this is road trip. We're driving on a high speed and it's too noisy. So we just left Dusseldorf heading to Italy. I hope today this Italy is going to be a very safe journey and we enjoy the journey, no stories and any disappointment. So we're heading to Italy and we hope to arrive at so we sleep over in France, then we sleep over again. After driving like 6 to 5 hours, then we'll be able to get to our journey the 3rd day, just to make it very easy, that is not stressful for us or the children. So we always stop over to eat, to drink, and play. Sometimes we take ball with us to play along when we are on the journey. So this is how we always do the journey. So let's see how it will work this year in this our journey. So guys, that was what I was saying in this video, and I said I was going to keep you guys updated.
somehow we couldn't make it this year, but I was able to take the kids to Bremen. It's somewhere here in Germany. So we went there like stay like 10 days, and we came back because my husband traveled also, and during this time somehow we couldn't make it for him to drive that much, and I wouldn't want him to drive also that much this year, because after all this work and everything, so him driving this much, because really we enjoy this road trip more than any other thing. Like taking flight is not that we cannot really afford it, but this road trip is like a kind of part of our life, because we have fun driving this long drive, and then stopping by anywhere that interests us to have fun, or sleeping over from one hotel to the other. You know, that kind of lifestyle is a kind of hobby for us, to just move around here in Europe, to look around, to see how this place and that place looks like. You know, it depends on what you like, but this is really fun for us. Entering plane, we see it as something that would be so boring for us, a kind of, so that was how we did it. But this year we were able to go to this Bremen. It was fun. We moved around to see places and things like that, and we came back after 10 days. What has happened to my life this year? Another thing that happened to my life this year was like, it was difficult for me emotionally to let my daughter travel out of Germany to go and start over in another place. So it was like, for me, America, for that matter, how do I manage? How does she survive? Because America for me is like, you are here now, anything can happen. So I was like, no, stay. And I tried to convince her to stay, but she said that's where she wanted to go and learn whatever she wanted to learn. I was like, okay, I've got no choice, because at a time we have to learn how to let go. Yeah, I know I have to let go, but at this particular time was not when I was expecting. I just wanted it to be that my daughter is matured. I'm not among those women who think, oh, the child is 18 years, the child must go. No, if the child is fit to go, the child can go. But when the child is not fit, what I'm trying to say is that some children want to hang around, you know. So I'm not going to push a child who wants to hang around to a place the child doesn't want to go. I don't want the child to be vulnerable, to think I'm vulnerable, and they push me aside, they rejected me, now they send me out because I'm 18 or 20. So for me, she should go when she feels like the home, like my husband said when she was living, is that this home is yours. You can always come back when you want if you don't like that place, so that she know. So it was for me like, okay, you can go. If you think it's okay for you, go and try to be strong on your own. Try to survive. No, this is how the world is. This could happen, this could happen. No, this, no, that. So I said, thank God for the kind of training I gave them. Thank God for his mercy, who he has turned them to be. So it was a kind of a little bit difficult for me to make that decision. And I gave her my support, my blessing, and she left. That was one of the things that happened to my life this year. Yeah, this year I would say I made a lot of interesting films. I would say I was bold enough to come out and make those videos how I felt like making them, in the sense that some things I wouldn't really want to talk about, that I feel either shy or not being able to talk because some people might find the topic somehow. I was able to open up and say this in the way I want to say it. So I made some videos that could be sensitive to you, but this is exactly how I want to end, about my past, my life, what I've been through, how I want to give it out there for it to help somebody, because me keeping it to myself is not going to get me anything. So it's better I let it out to let somebody know that this has happened to me. And when it happened to me, this is what I did. This is how I went about it. It hurt me, it pained me, I was happy, I was sad, whatever. I was depressed. However, I gave it out so that when somebody else come across this video and the person have watched the video, maybe the person is about to get into this kind of situation, that the person withdraw as fast as possible to not allow this thing happen to the person. Then if the person, it has already happened to the person can say, oh, it happened to me, this is nothing. There'll be no need for the person to think, oh, I'm finished, I'm done, I can't get up. I start giving it so much thought to say, how do I start? That the person should know that there's no need. Wasting time to pick yourself up and continue as though nothing happened would be a very great thing. For you to open up to other people, if you can, if you trust the people or not, it doesn't really matter, because there's no story that has never been told. There's nothing that happened to you that has never been said. You remember years back, people used to hide. They were people like me, I would say I'm raped, because it's not my fault. I didn't go there planning, let me go there so that they will help me. So things that are not really my fault, or I didn't intend to do, that happen, I don't see the reason for hiding it like that. So I kind of say it. Maybe someone has advice, better suggestion, opinion, the person can give me, it will help my life. I help also someone else, the person can drop it on comment. So this is how I go about my things. Things I said that you might think I've said too much could be really something that somebody walk into the shop and tell me one thing. Because if you see what people have told me, people have not really met, because of my long time working in the shop and other public places I've worked, from Nigeria to my 20-something years here in Germany. In these 26 years now in Germany, I've met people I've not met for long, and they walk in and they get emotional from one thing or the other, and they start telling me things I will never tell anybody. So telling my story here is a kind of strengthening somebody. It's me giving my message. I will say I'm a preacher. I just give this thing for someone to be whole, for someone to be okay and feel good, and know that he or she is not alone, and also for the person to have hope that I'm going to make it and this is not a problem. Because when we keep having some problems and keeping it to ourselves and thinking this is a problem, let me be ashamed of myself not to say it, and you get more sick inside this problem, then they will start curing you from some emotional problems, start going to see a psychologist for some psychological problem, whatever. Which one is better? So I better come here to meet you as a friend and air my opinion, say my mind what happened to me. And it's a kind of, I've talked to someone, because even now I don't have friends around. Even me who sits here and talk these things, I know that some people who live around here, when they come here and hear this kind of things I talk, they wonder why I never told them that. Because I'm always afraid of how to give my story, because you give your story to people, before it gets to 1 or 2 hands, this story might change. So I'm doing this for you, to give you this story, for you not to make some mistakes, in order not to regret, for you to see danger when they're coming. You are aware, then you can run and hide, protect yourself before it's too late. This is why I do relationship video. All what I've seen through in relationship video, I'm not going to keep to myself. Nay. The kind of pain I went through in relationship video, in my relationships, I'm not going to keep to myself. I'm going to say it. Things that pain me, because I know how it hurts. Exactly how and when it hurts. Do you know that sometimes I couldn't bear pain? I couldn't bear the pain, the emotional pain I had. I felt like drinking something. I felt like I came to understand why people take some things. I came to understand why people take some things, you know, drink, do all this, which I don't do. I came to understand why. Because the pain, when it gets so much, you want to like put your hand somewhere and remove it, and you couldn't. So this is why I say my mind, for someone not to go through that kind of pain, those kind of pain I went through. I don't like people suffering. I like people to just be happy, to just be okay. That wherever I am, I will say, these people are okay. Because until you are there, you will not know. When you get there, you will know why somebody will come out and talk about the pain, the stress the person is going through. And mostly when you sacrifice almost all, when you can't really move, when you're not this kind of person who can really stress him or herself, and you try how you can to stress yourself to please someone or to help someone who will at the end not really appreciate that, then you know what kind of pain the person is going through, that the person has to say, oh, I need to talk to someone. And when I made this video, I feel sometimes like I'm working on a radio station, which is one of my dreams, because in life you can't really live without fulfilling some of your dreams. What are we living for? If your dream, your heart desire is to be happy, you try and find happiness. If it's dressing well, making up, whatever it is it traveling? Is it spending money? Whatever it is, building house, whatever luxurious life you want to live. If it's what makes you happy, try and find it. Because somebody like me, I'm not 40 years, I'm above. So some of the things in my life, I should be rounding up now in achieving them, the kind of lifestyle I want. I might not really want to go and learn one profession now because of my health condition, but I could decide to say, I want my life to be in this stage, that stage, that stage. If I can afford it, I leave it like that. But if I also want to have the money, let's say I have it, and I just want to manage it cent until when I will decide to use it, or maybe I want to keep it for my children, this is my decision. At this age, I better enjoy myself than to start living in pain or regret. It will be one of the things that happened to me this year, or how my life went, is that another wish is still, I'm wishing for my channel to grow. I'm hoping and believing you guys for all your support, and I'm so grateful, you won't know how, that when I put this video, you people watch it, I see how well you guys are trying for me. I appreciate you guys. Just like we are here today saying this channel will grow, I have another wish in my heart which I don't need to say, but let this channel grow. Then maybe with time I'll come to know people who are hanging behind this channel, the people I'm talking to, then we know where to start. Because I always say here, you don't know who is who until maybe things change. Let's see what happens. I thank you guys for being with me throughout the year, and I hope you guys will still be there to support me, and for me to be there also for you guys in the next future. And let's see where this takes us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you guys. I hope you celebrated very well, and I wish you a very happy, prosperous, healthy, all your plans you will achieve. Your health will be good. You will not cry. You're not going to worry. You're going to be fine. And as we communicate, we rejoice together that you're doing well and you will live long. Thank you so much. Wishing you all well, you and your family. Thanks a lot. Bye. Bye.